Welcome back to Couch Fools. I'm Tracy.
Greg.
Joe.
Ryan.
Julie. And things are getting serious.
Serious business.
Well, they've been serious, I guess. We're just figuring out how serious they've been.
Oh, there we go. Finally.
Yeah, we actually didn't take a break. It just took us forever for Ryan to figure out how to climb the ladder.
Go on with our lives. You don't need to.
It was the window right next to him the whole time.
Comstock? No. He is alive in a million worlds. It's not over because the prophet is dead. It will only be over when he never even lived in the first place.
That's pretty deep.
Deep.
Yep. My last chance.
Hey, the deal's off. You hear me?
Unstable.
The deal is off. Give her back. Give her back.
Fine. Are you mad?
Give her back, you son of a bitch.
It's ready. Go.
No. No.
Shut down the machine.
No.
Shut it down. Shut down the machine. Now do it.
Give me back my daughter. No.
No.
Elizabeth's your daughter.
The pinky.
Grab it. That's a magic pinky.
Okay, this is weird.
That would make a good necklace.
Make a good nose picker.
That's why his nose is bleeding as he stored it.
I didn't remember
I will
that.
hold this forever.
I'm sorry.
I remember what I remember. Hold
You
on.
gave up your freaking daughter?
Well, he had to get rid of all his
You
debt.
are a terrible, terrible person.
Elizabeth's been telling
Wait.
me that the whole time.
Anna's gone. You shared this room with your regret for almost 20 years. Until one day, a man came to you,
A lot of black mold.
offered you a chance. at
All that
redemption.
water around these things.
Mm-hmm.
A chance for us to be together.
Anna. So sorry, Anna.
You suppose he branded himself as some sort of penance?
Should have.
Don't see the point. What's done is done. What's done will be done. I suppose the brand is his hair shirt, as he is ours.
Hair shirt? I have no idea. Whoa.
Wipe away the debt. Bring us the girl. Wipe away the debt.
See,
Bring us the
he's
girl.
starting to put his story together.
Wipe away
You're quite fond of
Bring
this
us the
theory.
girl.
He's manufacturing new memories from his old ones.
No?
Wipe
The
away.
brain adapts.
I should know.
Bring us
I've
the girl.
lived it.
Wipe
Booker, wake up. Booker, wake up. This is where it started.
I sold you. I sold you.
To your credit, you did try to weasel out of the deal.
This is all Comstock's fault. What if I went back? Killed him before he did any of this?
Things get set in motion.
How would one know how far back to go?
That's the only way to do it. Go back to when he was born, and I'll smother the son of a bitch in his crib.
Whoa, guy. That's
Wow.
dark.
The witch not afraid of killing babies.
Or selling
babies,
them.
killing babies.
Killing old men.
Throwing babies out of windows.
I mean, to be fair, you do have a better track record with killing babies and old men than you do anything else.
I wasn't expecting any of this. I did not put any of this together with my amazing deductive
Are you
logic.
sure?
I think this is like the Stanley parable.
I have to.
We're just going to keep doing this
It's
over and
the
over.
only way to undo what I've done to you.
I haven't played that game. Is it good?
It's good.
But not late.
You'll find hours and hours have passed.
Are you ready to
What is this? Why are we back here?
This isn't the same place, Booker.
Of course it is. I remember. Wait. You're not. You're not. Who are you?
You chose to walk away, but in other oceans, you didn't. You took the baptism, and you were born again as a different man.
Comstock.
It all has to end to have never started. Not just in this world, but in all of ours.
Smother him in the crib.
Smother, 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 smother.
What?
I want like a 7-foot-tall behemoth version of her to come out. Mother.
So you're...
Zachary Comstock. He's Booker DeWitt.
I'm both.
He's Comstock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Comstock took the baptism.
And
his-
became Comstock.
Booker did not.
In his old age, he got a massively cool beard too,
Oh.
And cancer.
So you just died.
and a bird bath.
So
You smothered him in his crib.
What the
Because
effing
that's when
F?
he started being Comstock.
Yeah.
And so now he's smothered in his crib.
No more Comstock.
No more Elizabeth.
No more Elizabeth. No more problem.
My brain hurts so bad.
is your nose bleeding a little bit?
Oh god, there it is.
What the heck? What? Okay.
Am I clapping too early?
Yep.
So
Irrational games.
So
wait, so he did all these horrible things in his past.
right.
And then when he went to go get baptized, that's when he decided to be super extra crazy
Well,
and become Comstock?
Okay, Booker DeWitt he was a Pinkerton.
Yeah.
He was in the army. He fought at Wounded Knee. He did a lot of very bad things.
Yeah.
He put down the Boxer Rebellion. He was not a good person.
Mm-hmm.
He comes to a point in time where he can accept baptism and be forgiven, or he can continue on his path. If he accepts the baptism, he becomes Zachary Hale Comstock, and that's where Comstock comes from.
Mm-hmm.
If he rejects it, he stays Booker DeWitt. So Booker DeWitt is the one who sold his daughter to Comstock because Comstock couldn't have children.
because
But
of
if
all the experimentation.
So he went and got a child
from his
from a
own
version
lies.
of himself that could.
Oh.
So that
But
way
how
he
can
still
he
had his
be-
kid.
Oh,
but
so
it just wasn't physically him. Yeah.
So in that sense, he could still be Booker DeWitt and Comstock at the same time?
No.
Well, no.
He died when he was baptized and became the ultra religious.
So by
Comstock
killing
in his
Booker
religion.
DeWitt at that moment, at that junction in time, Comstock would never happen.
Okay.
So yeah,
doesn't
basically
make any sense to
smothered
me.
in his crib.
Well, so what'd you guys think?
That was really good.
That-
So
yeah, that was
basically,
amazing.
yeah. So when he after the baptism, that's when he becomes him. And I guess since he's been cleansed of his sins, he's in his own eyes ultra religious,
right,
and he is
everything's
the
okay.
he's the prophet, and everything he's saying is kind of the holy version of everything.
Right.
Yes.
DeWitt, he got into drinking, gambling, got into huge debt. That's why he had to, wipe away his
And
debt.
that's why he was saying like that. He made the mistake of trying to send all the armies after him because he knew it wasn't going to. I mean, it wasn't going to do any good. To
Right. Also, there was one comment that Elizabeth made during the going through the lighthouses that there's always a lighthouse, there's always a city, there's always a man, which also connects the original BioShocks. Always a lighthouse. Different men, but
Well, something else that I always thought was really fun about this game, and I talked about this in an earlier episode, but I had already played it and
Yes.
finished it. Ryan came over to play it,
And-
started playing, and every little tiny choice he could make, he was freaking
I was
out
second
about.
guessing, yeah.
Because he kept saying, "Oh, this is going to mess up the ending. This is going to mess up the ending." But the fact of the matter remains, it didn't matter. Nothing. There's no choices in this game.
Right. With all the variations, it all leads to the same junction.
Oh, so there's no alternate endings?
Nope.
So what did it matter with all the choices at
so
the
if you didn't
beginning?
throw the baseball at the person,
Well-
it still lead you down a path of
Yes.
Yep.
being the same. You're still DeWitt
Everything
doing
leads
evil
you to the
stuff.
exact same place because, as the Lutece twins were saying, things get set in motion.
So what was the point of having choices?
Fun.
Yeah, to give you
choose.
the illusion of choice.
It's the illusion of free will.
Exactly.
You're all predestined.
So
And now for the barbershop quartet ending.
We got a
ending
quintet.
one of
Every
30.
day with you, girl, I do this.
So, Tracy and Greg, thank you guys very much for joining us. Would you
Yes.
guys be interested in us playing the original BioShock at some point?
I'd be
Yeah,
down.
Kip
yeah,
Van
I'm-
Hoven,
I'm
or
curious
whatever
now.
that
I
name
really
is,
is it done?
Zachary Comstock.
I mean, I know it's not in the sky
Or
like this
Bailey,
one, but is it
that's what I'm talking about.
similar era? Like,
It's
or I should say,
it's-
like, is it kind of like the whole steampunk kind of?
it's steampunk. It's a little more.
It's more like
Art
20s,
Deco.
30s, Art Deco.
Okay.
It's
Because I think
still really dark.
that was one of the best things of like when I started watching you guys do this series, and then getting to watch it here at the end. Is it was a really cool environment that the game takes place in. It really kind of it's different than most of the games where it's just either fantasy world long time ago or it's modern day type thing. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, if you like that kind of stuff, you'll probably like the original BioShock because it's still a very, I think it's a lot more like darker, creepy atmosphere, but it's still
Oh, I
like
agree.
you
I
could kind
agree.
of, there's a lot of things in our reality that you can put that are put in that reality
That's
that
cool.
makes it,
Well, and something I loved
relatable.
was the original BioShock. It forever will be one of my favorite games. It's
Yes.
that freaking good.
It's
and
awesome.
when they announced, like I was one of those people who was disappointed with BioShock 2, but when they announced BioShock Infinite and it was Ken Levine again, going back to the original creator, I mean, you're hopeful, but it's one of those things you still worry, can they catch lightning in a bottle twice? And I feel like he did such an excellent job of keeping the same ideas and elements, but moving it into a completely different world and building a completely different story around it, but you still have that same feeling. Like playing this, I still got a lot of the same feeling that I got from the original BioShock.
And does it play similar as far as like the elixirs or whatever that give you the special
Yeah,
abilities?
they're just
Is
called
it-
different things,
But
basically.
it's similar. You get those kind of buffs that you can use throughout. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And for an added bonus, in the original BioShock, you walk around with your hand outstretched with your vigor power on it, and then you walk out with your other
Yeah,
hand with your
you
gun in it. So you're
Frankenstein
just
around everywhere you
Frankenstein
go.
everywhere.
Well,
It's
and
great.
what I just noticed is that so many of these songs that have been playing in the background and like the choirs have been singing stuff like that, I didn't realize that they were actually like legit songs,
Quite a
not
few of
just
them are.
like random, some guy in the game studio coming up with
Oh,
songs.
girl, wait till we get to BioShock. If
Oh,
you
yeah.
like the era of how would you describe, like, lounge singer kind of music?
Mhm.
That's basically all.
Production babies.
That's cool.
Let's point that out.
Production baby.
Well, that's like, I mean, have you never seen Production Babies before? It's the same way on like movies. You'll see like at the end of the credits, if it's like a big movie, the list of everybody on the staff and the cast that had kids, it'll have their things. This is interesting though. Everyone got to put their little
Thank yous.
things. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I always love when they had the thanks section.
Mom for renting me
Aw.
NES games and Dad for taking me to the arcade. Love you both.
Yeah, I just saw that too. That was
That's
cute.
awesome. Oh,
À ma famille, que je
Que je
ne
ne vois.
vous que... I can't speak French.
I like the coding of Ian
Yeah.
Lipsky.
which one? What?
Oh, nothing. Never
Oh.
mind.
Programming.
To my former
humor.
38 Studios family, this is for you. That's pretty cool that they all got to do something like that.
Thank
And
you,
then
Bree.
Johnny Fawcett, my
My
shoe.
shoes. There's always one.
Would you kindly? No, seriously, would you?
I'm sure it's fine.
For my wife and Louis Peepaw.
I don't care if it's cliche. Thanks, man. Redacted will never be a problem.
It's crazy on these games how big
Lunchtime, definitely so.
the staff has to be to do these things. I mean, you think of like when people like early like 8-bit games and the creators and they had like 2 or 3 people working
Glory
on
to
them and
the
making stuff,
fusion
and now
slugs.
Thanks, Hair
You could
Dye
never
Delivery
get that
Sushi,
done.
my cat's loved ones back home, and Max.
using smoke and mirrors to do the impossible. Irrational special things.
Yeah, this is another game that I actually bought the soundtrack to and had to hunt down some others because I just love the soundtrack to this.
Does it have the versions of like the pop songs that are in here, or
Some of them, I think some they had, what is it, licensing issues and things
Okay.
like that. But
oh, it's like they were licensed for the game, but then they didn't have any kind of other.
like distribution and things
Yeah.
like that. So I'm not sure.
Right.
But it was very enjoyable. Really happy to have played this game, and I thank all of you very much for sticking through till the end. If you did,
Yes.
if you didn't,
Yeah.
you're not going to hear this, so it doesn't matter anyway.
I think this is our first
Losers.
completed game.
Yeah.
It
isn't
is. I would give high fives all around if Joe wouldn't kill me for the mics.
Smacking mics around.
Yes, thank you, everyone.
You just hear
Much
mics
appreciated.
hitting people in the faces as you swing your arms wildly.
Whoop.
So until next time, until next game, I've been Joe.
Ryan.
Julie.
Tracy.
Greg.
Thank you so much.
Anna? Is that you?